Pictured above is me. I'm sorry. I believe I've been saying this a couple of times now on stream, but I was going to be really busy this week until next Monday, and it's just fucked up. I don't know how or why, but I haven't been able to get good sleep, so I sleep when I'm done with what I need to do. I don't want to go into it, but I'm busy this week. But I don't know, dude. It just caught up to me. Sorry I'm late again. After this fucking Monday, it's gonna be back to normal. God, I hope so, at least. Hello, Urge. Hello, Yomu. I have some gaming magazines lined up, and I was already... I've been pushing off a pixel art project for like a while now. I won't go too into it since it's still in like the early phases of it, but I'm gonna do a little bit of pixel art and we'll chillax for like an hour or two. My wings were maybe flying yesterday. Were you not there for Kanto 4? Actually, yeah, I guess it was just Pork and a couple of new people. It was really good. The ending, like, well, spoiler alert, I guess. The last, like, clash against, oh god, what's the name, Dongrang? Was actually really cool. Okay, anyway. I only drew this for the thumbnail. Oh, a 6-hour stream, I fell asleep midstream. Hey, Jogler YouTube, YT. You chose a bad stream to swing by for the first time. Oh. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna bring this to its own layer. And we'll just name this Archer. However, now that it's in its own layer, actually, not its own layer, I want to add it to its own folder. Sorry, it's called a group in Aseprite. It's been a while. This is Aseprite. Aseprite. I'm on a mouse, don't make fun of me. There you go, Aseprite. There's an older free version if you want to try it out, although it might be harder to track down. They used to host it on their website, but now that they have a paid version, I don't know if they do that anymore. We'll have this arm that's going to be in the foreground, for lack of a better word, on its own layer. And then it's going to look ugly, but I'm going to rotate it just to give me a little baseline of what this will look like. By the way, I don't have like a, just like with regular art, I'm self-taught. I bought this art program when I tried making some games a few years ago. And I just, I crawled my way up from whatever my earliest pixel art looks like. Anyway. Please type it. Oh, asking for a lot from me, homeboy. There you go. Okay, we'll grab this. I guess we'll use this for the hand. I forgot what I was saying now. Whoa! Oh, great, this is a different layer. Okay, then we'll paste it back onto this layer. Update on Rakuten. I had to uninstall all the games I had to play. Eee, that's rough. But it runs now, yes? You don't crash on the boss. By the way, since I wasn't really taught, this is just the way I do it. This isn't like the de facto way that you're supposed to make pixel art. It's just how I do it. Prismy always makes fun of me because like, oh, you're drawing them naked. I don't know I don't know what the outfit or the colors are going to be at the start. It's not like regular art where I can do like a sketch and lines. And maybe you can do it that way, but that's not the way that I learned how to do it. So, I'll put the weapon on its own layer. Hey, Zera Aura. Put this on, like, arm front. And then on top of that, we'll do bow. I didn't look up a reference for what these look like, and honestly, I don't like this shape. I might go like, oh, that's way better. Are you kidding me? That's way better. If I just copy paste this, move it down, maybe move it out a little bit. Oh yeah. Water. You know. I'm sorry, dude. I woke up and I realized how late I was gonna be. I didn't even go get myself some water. I probably really need it though, if you couldn't tell by my voice. Self-taught, not half bad. Jetstream Sam, MGR, yes. I remember that scene. MGR stream when? I've never actually played it myself, but obviously I've seen it on YouTube. Through Maxor or just memes. The music, oh my god, the music. Just do that. Does that look normal? Yeah. I'm gonna get this exact shape on the other side, I'm not sure. And then we'll do like... I don't know, what does a beginner bow and arrow look like normally? The aesthetic is old school MMO, by the way. I don't know why there's always a fountain in the middle of like an old school MMO starter town. At least that's how it is in Fiesta Online. That was my first MMO. So we're just gonna try to recreate that kind of feel. Hello, box. Somewhere down the road eventually. Let me turn on Pixel Perfect. That'll probably help. Yeah. I can't just grab this and right edit flip horizontal. Can I rotate like 90 degrees? Edit. I can rotate. Give me 90 degrees clockwise? Oh shit! That's really close. Unfortunately, from this point forward, I'm gonna have to use the rotate function, and this turns things really blurry. That's not that bad. It's... Maybe even a bit big. Fountain's a very useful monument, you know. They tend to be used for drinking and cooling the area. Cooling the area? I hadn't thought of it that way. By the way, I'm going to redo the fountain. I looked up a reference of... I didn't even look up a reference. I logged into Fiesta Online for the first time in years to look at what their starter town looked like. And the fountain is a bunch of, like, weird-looking fish. It's like 3 weird-looking fish just kind of like vomiting water into the fountain. I was like, I don't know if I want to make it that way. You know what's better than fish? Mermaids. So I wanted to do a mermaid holding a pot. I think I'm going to have her sitting down instead. So it's just like trying to recapture that MMO town theme. Merlions? What now? What color would the string be? I'm just gonna go with like something like this. Perfect, right? When they're not being tugged on, it's like perfectly like that, right? Nice. I'm just gonna add some. I'm guessing this is wrapped up in cloth or bandages, probably to make it easier on the fingers. We're gonna grab this darker gray, go up a little bit, and we'll just add a little bit of this. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing. Just kind of, it's just like my regular art. We just kind of do whatever feels good. Or maybe a bit too dark. think that's better. Merlions? Singapore icon? The statue that's... I don't know anything about Singapore, bro. I think the most I know about Singapore is like some old YouTubers I used to watch. Let's see. The statue that sprays water that has a lion head and a fish body. What? Merlions, Singapore. Huh. No, they're just regular fish. It's just 3 funny looking fish in like a triangle formation spewing water. Whoa. That actually is like a... Huh. Hang on, let me show this on screen. What's like the coolest picture of them? Oh, this one's like beautiful. Okay, not quite this. This is cool. Apparently a thing in Singapore. Whoa, that's a massive picture. Oh my lord. I think it'd be faster to right click, fit to screen. Check it out. That's a merlion apparently. Do lions have gills? Anyway, not that. It's just 3 funny fish. I don't think I screenshotted anything. You know what? Let me check my Steam. Fiesta Online NA, which is coming to consoles, by the way. As weird as that is, it's coming to consoles. I have 104 Fiesta Online screenshots. Oh, wait, oh, I did screenshot it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I right-clicked and wanted it to, what's the word, show on disk. It didn't go to the one photo I wanted. Here it is, I found it. See, it's just 3 fish. And also the fountain is a crazy star shape. I don't remember that at all. And they have like a weird, almost like stained glass aesthetic with the stone under the fountain. I might hold on to this later for a reference. So instead of that, I think I'm just gonna have like a mermaid holding a pot. Why the pot is spewing water? I don't fucking know. Magic. Okay, let's see. Dangan voice acting was today. We might finally be getting to the class trial. The first class trial or the last class trial? Surely you're at the further one than the first one. Yo, Matt. How's it going? I'm not even from Singapore, and that's their one iconic thing they have. Only thing I know about Singapore is that anime is like not pretty big. I don't know how to describe it. I used to watch oh god, was it Aktar's reviews? Pretty sure he was from Singapore. This is way back in the day though. Maybe instead we'll rotate the hand. Have it more like this, maybe holding an arrow. The first one? How many sessions are you guys in and you're not at the first trial? My god. Let's find a town theme. I have the L Sword OST right here. And the first couple of songs are... This is like the tutorial stage. I don't really remember the early stages having unique themes. Ooh! There's been too much laughing. Well, it sounds like a good time. Happy to hear it, man. I've always wanted to do something like that. Although what I've always wanted to do more is just like a big group Let's Play. Where like I record all the footage for a Let's Play, then I just have friends co-commentate it with me. Oh, sounds like a good time then. Oh, you know what? This hand would be above the wire string. That's gonna be kind of annoying. You know what? The other arm might move around a little bit, so we'll move that arm onto its own layer. Also, I feel like she should be punched forward a little bit. I don't know, is that bad posture? I don't really play archers in MMOs, so let's see. Arm in front should be above bow. Perfect. And again, this is just to like get a baseline done. In fact, yeah, I think I will move the head forward a little bit. It just looks like it's broken now. Does that look fine? Because this would be too much. That'd be too much. I'll leave it like that for now. Second water redeem? Okay, I'm gonna put up a BRB. It's the cheapest BRB ever. I'll be right back, sorry. I don't have any water. And I need water, so you couldn't tell by the voice. What are you doing? Come on, Box. I'd expect that out of Bobcast. He likes going for those puns. Plays on words. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, give me a town theme. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god, I remember this stage. I think the boss at the end's like a giant bat. This might be like the Dark Forest stage. It's Wally's castle. No. Ooh. I hated this town, actually. This is the town where all the lizardmen, like all the bosses are like lizardmen, shamans, and I don't know, I always found them annoying. Okay, back to what we were doing. Oh, is Yi-Song's Midley song? I shut up during it multiple times. I don't like talking over that kind of thing. Pork warned me ahead of time that even if it sounds like the lyrics might be repeating, they aren't. Well, I mean, they are, right? But when you get to phase 2 and 3, the lyrics change up, like, greatly at phase 3. Also, I loved his design. Dongrang's, ego manifestation or corrosion, whatever you want to call it. That shit looked really cool. It's a shame that it never became an ID or an ego. This is so many layers, but I mean, I'll branch these off in their own little files eventually. What is this? This is like back arm, right? Yeah. Back arm. Which name is Archer main? I don't like having everything on. I chastise Matt for having so many layers, but that's in like an art program, like an actual art program. In this, like having everything on one layer. Look, I can erase a line in like a drawing, and it's like the tiniest little portion of that drawing. If I erase a line in something here, that's like a percentile of the pixels, you know? You can feel the amount of art you're losing. To be fair, Dongrang in the book was based on a terrorist. Yes, that's what Pork told me, that it was based on a really bad, like, I can't think of the word, but I can't remember how Pork described it. But yeah, I understood it, but I wasn't happy about it. Because it is a very cool idea. Oh, that's why. There we go. Well, let's make a face layer. I don't know if faces matter when these are going to be like NPCs walking around. But I feel like they should. What do you think's a good face for an archer? I feel like in media, archers are always the cool-headed ones, or like the haughty. And H-A, look, I say haughty. Fuck, I can't spell. H-A-U-G-H-T, not haughty, like attractive. Not that they're not attractive. But I feel like when I say the word haughty, it sounds like haughty. Either way, I feel like they're usually like either the stuck-up elf or the cool composed type. I think this is way too big of an eye. Well, I don't hate it. Maybe instead of this, we do this. Or maybe even we do this. No, then that feels like too much. Let's see how I feel about this. I feel like it would benefit from being smaller, though. Okay, I guess we're going with the silent, elegant type. Not initially what I had planned, but it's just how art goes sometimes. I want to add, like, you know, like the presence of like an eyelash, or like, you know what I mean? That might be too much. I don't hate it though. Let's. It's more. Oh, I forgot what that town was called. Why is it all the stage themes? Where are the town themes? I remember that stage. Oh, this is like one of the best songs in the entire Elsword soundtrack. I haven't played this game in like 10 years, but I remember this shit. Sounds like something to hear in Sonic. Canto 4, Bugak, someday after we finish the Purgatorio section of Limbus, maybe adds it. What is a Bugak? It's a very intense art stream. I mean, it's Elsword music. It's MMO music. Also, I need to draw. And Elsword, this is on the way to fight the Nasad King, I think. So you're actually fighting, like, mechanized humans? Or maybe they're always like ancient technology. I don't remember. Raven, one of the playable characters, is part Nasad and part human. I remember there's 2 mini bosses on the way up to the final boss. Not the final boss, the boss of this stage. And I don't remember. They look kind of cool. In my memory, they look like Kamen Riders. What do you mean by rerun, Urch? I'll get rid. I use this line just to match up where the eyes go. Oh man, I need another layer. It's crazy. Give me like a bluish gray. Pork made a comment that felt like something one of you guys would say last night. That we'd get what's it called? Efflorest Ego Farmwatch ID for Otis in Kanto 1000 or something like that. Trust. It's like... Okay. I love that song, but let's look for the town theme. What are the town themes? Oh, the church stages. I remember those. Where are the town themes, bro? Hello? I'm still scrolling. They don't have the town themes in this playlist. What am I doing here? I'm gonna search Elsword Town on SoundCloud. There we go. There's the first town theme. There are towns in Elsword, bro. I played it. I'm gonna go like one out. Going like medium length hair for this one. Now before I start filling this in, we're gonna grab a darker shade and just outline. All of this. To be honest, I think the best Elsword theme is the lobby theme. Oh my god, the original lobby theme. Oh, I could hear that for the rest of time. I should be doing this one outer. I might have the face, or the face visible through the hair. So I think this will be better. Okay, now we can start filling this in. I think we'll even go one further out. I remember Elsword. It used to be such a fun game until the greed caved in. When was that? Because I played from launch. I'll give you a little bit of a history lesson, I guess. The second MMO I ever played was Grand Chase. I've streamed it a couple of times, and I'll be streaming it next month when the new character drops, because we're still getting new characters in 2026. I love it. And then I found out about Elsword before it came out in English. I was so excited for it that... How do I word this? I don't know. It felt like the evolution of Grand Chase, but it kind of is its own thing. It's not exactly Grand Chase. Hey, that looks pretty good. The original Grand Chase is what I'm talking about. I grew up playing that. And then years later, when Elsword came out, I played that for a couple of years. Back then, okay, this is a pet peeve of mine, or a problem that I have with MMOs nowadays. MMOs nowadays just want to rush you straight to the end. You're a new player, here's a button that'll skip you to level 90. Go do the endgame raids. I'm not about that shit, bro. I want the journey to be... How do I word this? It's not about getting to the end game, it's about the in-between. There's so much... Like, Elsword is like this nowadays. I played 2 nights with Matt a couple of years ago. We got a character from level 1 to level 80 in those 2 nights. And I get it. I guess they want... they feel the... player retention only, like, they assume people just want to skip to the end, and maybe that's what the majority of people want. That's not what I want personally, so I'm always angry with that. Looking at you, Elsword, looking at you, DFO. Anyway, you want to know the furthest I got a character to when I played it years ago in like 2013 to like 2015? My Elsword was level 47, and that's as far as I had gotten back then. It is said that Elsword is an alternate universe of Grand Chase, because apparently Grand Chase Elysis is connected to Elsword MC. No, it's a separate Elysis, unless there's lore implications. Because it's a completely different world. They just have a red-haired girl named Elysis as a main character. At least from back then, what I remember is it's not actually... They're not the same Elysis, and they're not related at all. And if we're being honest, I prefer the Elysis from Grand Chase. I remember, she was hinted in Elsword's tutorial. That's the main character. His name's Elsword. But then we didn't get her as a character for a long time. The grind, yes, Urge. Not necessarily the grind either, just... Elsword and Dungeon Fighter Online and a lot of these older MMOs, they do this now where either they let you completely skip the grind from like low level to high level, or they have you do every dungeon 1 time instead of the like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times that they'd want you to do it as you progress and slowly get stronger. And that's how Elsword and DFO do it. So they've shortened the dungeons. Normally dungeons will... I'll do this to represent rooms. Normally dungeons in Elsword and DFO would have these branching paths that might have like mini bosses or loot or treasure chests, or like elite enemies and stuff like that. Normally you'd be able to like fully explore. You could do every node, or you could just skip all the way to the boss, right? So like a typical DFO dungeon would look maybe something like, or Elsword dungeon. It's the same structure actually. Something like this, you know. Oh, there's some branching paths here. There's a dead end over here, but maybe it has a buff for us or a treasure chest or something. Nah, homeboy. Now the dungeons are this. That's it. And it's even worse for DFO, because I'm pretty sure DFO, it's one room, boss. I returned to DFO some 2 or 3 years ago because I wanted to stream it on Saturdays with the boys. When I saw it, you can't even play with other people. Oh, whoops. You can't even play with other people until you catch up to the end game. So it's tons of these little mini dungeons that they just want to speed you along to the end game. I'm not about that, homeboy. I'm here to play a game. That'd be like, oh, hey, you want to watch this anime? Well, here's the first episode. Here's the last episode. That ain't how it should be. I'm gonna be honest, the team comp is the same. Red-haired swordsman, blonde bow, and purple mage. Yes, but they're all unique in their own way, okay? Lier, okay, so in Grand Chase, it's Elysis, Lier, and Arm. In Elsword, it's Elsword, Aisha, and Rena. Is Rena the archer? Rena Elsword? Yeah, Rena. She was my first character, actually. I really liked her. Oh, dude, Wind Sneak? Hell yeah. So instead of focusing on the bow and arrow, I chose the class that focuses on kicks. She was pretty cool, man. It's not loading. Yeah, when did they upgrade their site? Okay, this is taking too long. I love the Elsword art and I love the Grand Chase art, bro. It's so fucking good. This doesn't matter, but I pulled it up anyway. Maybe I could use this for a reference even. Let's see. That's the only option for old MMOs, though, because the amount of content the games have. But they have the content, but they just want you to skip to the end, man. I don't get it. Just old MMOs in general, like a lot of them don't even exist anymore. Back in the day, bro, there were more free-to-play MMOs than you could feasibly play. Should we have some elf ears poking out? I don't know if I wanted to have other races in this project, but maybe we will. Oh, I kind of like that, though. Okay, alright, you're an elf. Okay, don't burn me at the stake, but I've always pronounced his name Sageheart, but it's Siegheart, apparently. But I've always read it as Sageheart. Dude, Sageheart was badass. He's a little edgelordy, but not to like a cringe degree. It's not like Shadow the Hedgehog. In the game Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, I know people love Shadow the Hedgehog. I do too, obviously. But in Shadow the Hedgehog, where he's like, it's like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me. That's like, come on, bro, you're trying too hard. Unlocking Rufus, Mari's Gundam form. Oh, you mean, oh god, what's it called? That's her job 4, right? Oh, dude, I didn't like Uno, so can I rant about something? Uno Grand Chase. This was back in the original run of Grand Chase. Right around the time they released this character, the game closed down. The game was on Steam. I think we were caught up to Korea globally. And he might look kind of cool. Like maybe Yomu might resonate with this guy a little bit. I'll find a picture for you. But he always looked like, and I don't think I'm the only one that feels this way, he always looked like a Bleach character. So much so that they even got the voice actor for this Bleach character to voice Uno. I believe his name is Uquaria. I've never seen Bleach this far into it, but he looks like this. Hang on. Finding it right now. There's like a better comparison picture out there, but this is what I found initially on Google. There we go. Same VA, by the way. And, like, by that point, I'd already stopped playing Grand Chase. I was heartbroken when it closed down, right? Obviously, but, like, I don't know. He didn't feel like a Grand Chase character to me. Really dig the sword design, yes. In fact, for the longest time, we didn't even get him on Grand Chase Classic. So if you don't know, Grand Chase closed down back in 2015. Extend this out by a little bit, unless you think that ear's a little too big. It's kind of a big ear. But then it came back in 2020. I played it a ton. In fact, I can tell you my current playtime. Grand Chase. And this is not counting the demo. Or the beta. The beta I played for like the entire month it was around for. 235 hours. So I've done that over the last 5 years. I feel like elf ear's gotta be pointy, right? I dislike Uno because bro is literally a Bleach ripoff. Thank you. Thank you. You said it in one sentence that I stumbled over bringing up reference pictures for. Thank you. It's even the same English VA as Euphoria, bro. I feel like KOG was pandering to like the normie anime fan, and that sat wrong with me. Like I didn't like that. Also, that's not the best town theme. Whatever. Give me what is good town music? Fuck it. Give me Fiesta Online. I mean, that's what I'm basically basing this on anyway. Where is Fiesta? I've got all my playlists over here. Okay, so that fountain reference that I picked up, that I showed up on screen earlier, was from the starter town of Fiesta Online, known as Roman. Oh my god, bro. I have heard this song probably more times than I could physically or mentally count. I love this music so much. I played that game, like, religiously for like my early teens. Throughout my early teens. C-Chart is edgy because bro is immortal and mighty powerful. Let him be, man. Like, look, I'm saying he's edgy, but it's not a bad level of edgy. C-Chart's badass, bro. It's like just the right level of edgy. Okay, let's move on to the body now. Uno feels like an unfinished character. He's one of the few that doesn't have classes attached to them. Well, that's all the new characters nowadays, unfortunately. Oh, wait, but the arms are in front of the body now. This is gonna be kind of annoying. This is the problem with breaking everything into pieces like this, but I feel like I have to for pixel art. Especially because I plan on animating this as walking. Maybe hobbling along if she's poisoned. I don't want to go into the project because it's still in such an early phase. So, you're just getting a little sneak peek by looking at this. I'm not going to say more. You can probably infer just looking at the actual spreadsheet. Ignoring me sleeping, of course. Probably infer what I'm going for here. My top play character is C-Chart, Zero, and Rufus back then. Most hated is Ryan because for some reason I just hate forest animal people. Are you kidding me? I didn't play Ryan back. I didn't even have Ryan back in the original, but I fucking loved Ryan in Grand Chase Classic. Well, first of all, I have a newfound affinity for axes over the last couple years that I didn't have growing up, so that's already a plus for Ryan. But I love druids. I don't know, dude. I love plant mages. I mean, like, look at my character Medi. End of story. End of sentence. I'm gonna put this on its own layer. What are all of these layers? This is face. It's probably hair. Yeah. Water? Thank you. The Grand Chase Classic has introduced a bunch of new characters, Fox. Unfortunately, all of them are that lazy, unfinished kind of character where... I'll just show you an example. Hang on. We'll pull up the Grand Chase wiki real quick. I want you to see how badass this is. Grand Chase... Oh, my Opera GX is lagging my computer. I'm gonna go over to Summer Games Fest. We're gonna look for Opera GX. Oh god, the Fiesta Online title screen. Oh, it got really crusty. I'm gonna blame fandom. Don't get me wrong, I love the title theme, but that's not what we're here for. Okay. I'll give you an example. Can I get them in the original? I don't want the mobile game wiki. Yeah, no, this is mobile game Elysis. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, this is a mistake. Fandom sucks. Dude, Fandom fucking sucks, bro. Okay, here we go. So, Elysis, for example, starts off as a swordswoman. Then with her second class, she gets a spear, completely changing her moveset and her skills. Then for her third class, she gets a great sword. Again, changing her moveset and skills. And then her final job is two dual blades. So, every character in Grand Chase has like 4 jobs, right? But the newer characters, let me click someone else. Prepare for the lag. We'll pick someone new. We'll pick Lime. Unfortunately, Lime is also a victim of this. Instead of giving her 4 different jobs, they just give her a special class, quote unquote, and then that's it. It doesn't change the weapon, it only gives you a couple of new skills. So she goes from Holy Knight to Saint, and it's basically the exact same thing. Okay. Alright. Lesson done. Oh. Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck fandom. I'm gonna slap my past self for this. I grew up to accept other people. I think I hated the concept of a furry character. Oh! Well. Okay. Good on you, but... Okay, I don't know how to word this. We're on live right now. Maybe I shouldn't say some things. I'm not a furry. And I don't really like furries. In general, not all of them are bad, obviously. I love Matt. He's my best friend. But I maybe get where your older self came from. A little bit. Moral of the story, don't ever use no wiki from the gas station. Exactly. Okay. I need another lair. And we're just going to try to whip together some kind of starter gear for a archer. An archer. I'm thinking like some leather, like, shoulder pad. You know what I mean? It's usually got to be like a dexterous kind of light armor. Move that out a little bit. Oh god, the stream is dying. Yes, sorry about that. We can blame fandom. I should have known better, honestly. Okay, that doesn't look like leather, but that'll do temporarily. And then I would like a bright green. I feel like archers always gotta be green. We'll do like a top. those over here. And then we'll actually color this darker. And then we're gonna outline the body. I'm gonna hide the front arm. I think I had a spark with Ryan back then, since he has a scythe weapon that looked really cool, that Viking. And then the wolf came howling, and little me is mega disappointed. Well, in the Viking form, he doesn't have the wolf form. He has, like, he turns into, like, a... I don't even know how to describe him. Actually. Okay, we're gonna go with, like, a dress. Or skirt, anyway. I don't even think he's an animal in that job. I think he's, I don't know, like a spirit. He's got, like, wings. Also, Windows nightlight moment. There we go. Ah! Remove this shoulder pad thing out of the way. It's probably even too big, if I'm being honest. Can I make this opaque? I'm gonna get some swatches going on here. So I'm gonna grab this, we're gonna make it opaque. Oh, I can't do it that way. And we'll do it lighter. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna make it opaque. And then I'll fill that in, thank you. And then I will grab a darker shade, have it not be opaque. Hey, that's way darker than I was looking for, thank you. And where the chest ends and where the waist ends, we're gonna color that in darker. Then we'll select the rest, and we'll go with the regular color. There we go. Just so we can see a divide of the chest and the rest of the body. Since H-Hard is the best, bro literally have one glowing eye and looked like he wanted to rampage on his final job. More importantly, big sword. Yes. Dude, his skill 3 in his 4th job looked really cool. I don't want to pull it up because of how laggy Opera was just now. But shit's badass. I miss doing runs with my friends, just completely deleting every mob in every room, speedrunning stuff. Now we have jobs and responsibilities, it's not fair. Yeah. We'll do this around here. Like elves are usually flat, but that doesn't jive here. Where would the leather be? Maybe we will just have it be a shoulder pad. And maybe on the arms too. Like just a little one of those, you know? And I think we'll grab this, make it a much lighter green, and just do this. I'm glad you know these older games, bro. Some of these games are older than the Zoomers that have found my channel. So I feel like the Simpsons meme of the guy screaming at clouds, or whatever. I'm just... No one knows what I'm talking about. We'll leave the swatches there for now. Reminds you of a character from Arknights. Who? I played that game, so I should probably know. But then again, like, I don't actually know half the cast. We'll find another town theme. In fact, here's the Fiesta Online title theme. I love it so much. It sounds like a... I don't even know how to describe it, like a ballroom dance or something. It's very elegant. Finally organized my Pokemon and MLP decks. Oh shit, really? Alright, when are we playing IRL, Matt? Give me a time. Although, probably not this week. Like I said, I'm busy in the mornings until next Monday. Another game I like is S4 League. It had so much potential for esports stuff. Preach it, brother. Preach it. And fuck Valafay. 1, for killing NALS, and 2, for bringing back S4 League with the least amount of effort I have ever seen and just dooming it to die. Fuck Valafay. Fuck WeMade, fuck Valafay. End of story. S4 League was badass, bro. I literally found you through Lost Saga. I'm already 1 foot in the grave at this point. Come on, bro. We're not that old. Alright, I'm 31, not 300. Jesus, man. By the way, someday in the near future, I'm gonna do some Fiesta Online streams. Guys, get ready. It's gonna be the most boring shit you've ever seen. I'm not sure human beings from the last couple generations have the wherewithal for some of these older MMOs. Because it's just, alright, you're in a zone that's adequate to your level. Go group up like 10 enemies and then kill them all. They instantly respawn, go group enemies, kill them all, etc., etc., etc. I think it's going to be some of my worst streams ever, but I want to hit level 100. At level 100, you pick one of 2 job paths to go down, and for like a decade, I've wanted to do this. I just never went back and leveled up. Homeboy, this is small for me. This is like a size S. The extent of my knowledge is just the Doctor and the collaboration with Limbus, so I don't know her name all too well. That's fine. Also, you're talking about S4 League. You're making me want to pull up the playlist for that. Maybe later. Tower of Izel is a good theme, but where are the other towns? Give me Eldarin. Ah, dude. This was the main hub of the game right here. Eldarin. Huh. I've not really seen much of the collab stuff. Water? Sure. Okay, so I think this should look like this. This is kind of how the like low-level archers look like on Fiesta Online. we'll do like a leather belt. Anyway, Fiesta Online streams someday. It's coming to consoles. It's coming to Switch, PlayStation, and I think Xbox. I feel sorry for the Xbox bros, by the way. But I also kind of don't. Is this kind of fucked up of me? If you go to the comment section of any game release or any game news, there's almost always going to be Xbox port? Please, sir, can we have a port? It seems like they're just fucking down bad, bro. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, every single video game news post, there's gonna be people being like, could we please have this on Xbox? It's rough, buddy. Oh, whoops, that's my eraser. Hang on, that's looking pretty spiffy. I think Switch 1. If this helps you in the slightest, the ego in question was called Command Meltdown or something along those lines. I'm afraid to look it up. You know, I try to be very careful with spoilers. Don't worry, I'll probably make either another healer or another not archer, or the mage. We'll go more my standards, for lack of a better way of describing it. Okay, we're gonna get a slightly. How am I gonna do this? Because everything's broken into its own layer. How do I normally do this? I guess I can do this on the clothing layer. Do that. We'll do that. Probably here. And then maybe here we can get the slightest darker tone. Some of this. Ain't that the Catgirl ego? Sorry, I haven't tried the Arknights, so I don't know names. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I think this might be too dark of a green. But that might be too light. We'll stick with this, but then we'll do an outline down here of a slightly lighter green. Green starts with a K, and now that I look at it, it barely looks like the elf you're drawing. Starts with a K. Arknight's green character name starts with K. Calcit? Okay, that's who you were talking about. Okay. 6-star medic, from what I know. I don't have her, but I have a monster, which looks exactly like her. Prismia told me the lore once. I'm not going to explain it because it would be spoilers, but Monster's badass. She's like really OP though. Like, I'll be doing an Arknights tier list sometime next month because we're coming up on the PC release. The PC release is going to be August 13th. Can't wait. I'll be streaming a lot of Arknights when it comes out. But this character right here, busted. Busted, busted, busted. And she's a healer, by the way. I'm pretty sure she outdamages every other character I own. Except maybe Surtur. It's the layers are messed up right now, bro. Don't worry about it. I haven't organized everything yet. Again, this is just how I've come to do pixel art. Also, isn't this too dark? I don't think this has to be the same color, so I'll do this and then go somewhere halfway. Does this look better? Like no visual differences, X. And maybe blending in a bit too much now. It's fine. Let's not get too hung up on a skirt. Let's see. Let me unhide the other arm. And then we will put the clothing layer under the arms. But in front of the back arm. Yeah, Calcit. I think it's spelled kind of weird, but it's like Calcit, something like that. I don't have her, but I have Monster. By the way, it's spelled the way that Octopus typed it. It's spelled M-O-N-T-S-T, the number 3R. It's not even spelt that way. I don't think there's a S in there. I'm pretty sure it's spelled like Monter, but it's pronounced Monster. Either way, she's busted as hell, and I love her. She does crazy. She does true damage. So, you know, game mechanics where I would have to like normally think like, okay, during this phase, this thing is strong against magic damage, but weak against it. No, I don't got to worry about that. It's true damage. Bye. So I honestly, I got really lucky getting her, and I've been cheesing the game using her and a couple other characters. Does Rupture bypass some, like, mechanics? Okay, we'll do, like, a sleeve on this side and then a shoulder pad on this side. And honestly, this might be a good enough stopping point for me to move on to another character. I haven't even decided what the main character is going to look like yet. But he's a cleric. I might give him a staff instead of a mace, but in Fiesta Online you have hammers and maces instead of staffs as a healer. Why am I still here? You're fine. You can sleep more me. And then the next town in Fiesta Online, Uruga, has such a weird theme. But I kind of love it. I've just cranked up the volume by like 50%, by the way. The woman vocals at the start are really quiet. Okay, I'm gonna lower him back down. Oh my god. I'll fire up Fiesta Online right now. Don't tap me. Sleeping old man on the road. I am on the road, huh? Damn. Maybe that'll be an event. Let's see. Huh. I have this grid broken up into 128 by 128, by the way. What layer is that? Close. Burn, bleed, and rupture do true damage. And then, what's it called? Tremor is just not stamina, not sanity. What's it called? Oh god, why can't I remember it? Rupture. Oh no, tremor. I don't remember what it's called now. Just got a reminder to do the Pit of 100 Trials. Are you playing the 1,000-Year Door? TTYD. Okay. Forgot how loud the theme gets. Stagger Threshold. Thank you. Alright. I'm gonna yoink this archer over here, and we're gonna make a new layer. If I can remember my hotkeys. There we go. Oh, the remake. Gotcha. So this will be Mage Bane. Bum ba da da dun. And then I love the town after that. Do we have Bara? Oh, we might not have Bara on here. Bara? Yeah, because back when this playlist was made was before they added Bara. We have Adelia, right? Adelia's a really nice town theme. No? This playlist is from before the high level towns. Adelia, Fiesta Online. I love the Pit of 100 Trials battle theme on the remake. I don't think I've heard it, actually. Prismia streamed Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door. Not the remake. He started streaming it, like, shortly before the remake got announced. Not that he has a Switch, so it wouldn't actually matter. What kind of character are we going for with the mage? I was gonna think, like, sultry... Ara type, but I think I might actually go, like, timid. Okay, that'll highlight everything. Maybe not really standing with much confidence. I think we'll just draw a little bit longer and then we'll do some Nintendo Powers, by the way. Or PlayStation Magazine. I think we should do PlayStation Magazine. Even leaning her head back in this way. Or maybe even, hang on, wait, maybe even... See, this is the problem with rotating with pixel art. The program just, there's not enough pixels for it to look good. Yeah, that completely fucked it up. That's where... some actual touching up is needed. And then let me grab a dark brown, I guess, for a staff. What does a beginner mage staff normally look like? Okay, not like this. Well... Nah. Let me do that again with a steadier hand. And, hang on, this is one of my favorite themes. It was in the game files, even though we didn't get this town for, like, a decade. Bara Fiesta Online. Okay, I'm on a new layer. I am. We'll go with an even darker brown, just so it stands out against the background. I think it's like the level 100 town. For reference, I got my character to level 87. A long ass time ago. We're talking like half my life ago. Game's still alive though, still getting content. It's coming to consoles somehow. Apparently Wizard 101 came to consoles recently, and that was a big success for Gamigo. And Gamigo also owned Fiesta Online, so I think that's what made them want to port that game to console as well. Thank you, Urch. It should be curved at the bottom. There's some angles where my mouse really freaks out. I don't think I can ever go back, by the way. I'm rocking a Logitech G600, G300. It has a full numpad on where your thumb rests on the mouse. Yeah, I don't think I can go back to a regular mouse. I've become too accustomed. It's more of a staff than a wand, right? A wand is like half the size. Okay, let's do a different playlist. I said let's do a different playlist. Let's see. You know what? This is not an MMO theme, but I kind of feel like hearing some Mamoru-kun Curse. Have you ever found a really good stick? Hell yeah, bro. I don't know what it is, but you find a really good stick and it feels good. Got like the right weight in hand. Bonus points if you could use it as like a cane or something. I've seen a picture on the internet, and I mean, oh, you believe everything you see on the internet, but it's a branch that looks like this, And I'm like, bro, that's a fucking sword if I've ever seen one. Hell yeah, man. Alright, we'll move to Nintendo Power in like a minute. I collected sticks? That's awesome, bro. That is awesome. I'm gonna grab a much darker brown for the arms. I might fire up a game after this, by the way. I was thinking Cardfight Vanguard. You found a good stick, and you actually feel like you gain plus 10 stats, yeah. I don't know if it's just for us guys or what. But I know what you're talking about, bro. I heard from a friend that mages are good with orbs. Yes. It depends on the... Sometimes an orb can be like an offhand. Like they'll be holding an orb in one hand. It's your Eraser's X. And then the staff in the other. Or sometimes, I mean, like... Nothing stopping me from putting like a little orb right here. That looks plenty magical. In fact, yeah, I like that. Alright, the song's ending. I will work on this, hopefully, sometime soon. I won't tell you more than what you see here, but just know this is the project. I probably mentioned that I have an art project off-stream a couple of times. You're looking at it. And don't expect this to be the final design either, by the way. I just kind of winged it off of how I remember low-level archers looking like. You forgot how to do stylish? Oh no, bro. Go back to training. I don't think I ever knew how to do stylish. Alright, we're going to move on from the pixel art to Nintendo Power. And also PlayStation Magazine. Ooh, my computer doesn't really like this. I'm gonna close some stuff. Oh, dude, I freaked the fuck out. I thought I hadn't saved this entire time. Don't worry, we're fine. I've certainly fallen prey to that before. This is why you hit Control S every couple of seconds when you're doing art. I'm throwing a ball at you and suggest you do a reverse mermaid for the fountain. The best I can do for you is like a statue somewhere, maybe. So this isn't the full screen. I'm thinking the town is going to be like 3 screens wide. So this is the center of town, and then we'll have a chunk of town over here, and then a chunk of town over here. So the best I can do for you is like a little statue somewhere, maybe. And I think I might have an NPC shop right here. You won't see the whole thing. You'll see like maybe some boxes of supplies on the front. Maybe like a weapon sticking out of a box or something, and then an NPC standing right there. So maybe it might also be like a half a screen above up here. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but maybe like that tall. And then you'd be seeing roofs down here. Yes, absolutely. Save every chance you get, damn it. Oh, fucking back, dude. Oh, alright. I'm gonna close a sprite, hopefully save some resources. It's a lightweight program. It's not like super taxing on the computer. But you know what is taxing on the computer? Opera GX. Told you, man, 1 foot at the grave. No, it's fine. So what if my back hurts a little bit, alright? It's only a little bit. Oh, why is this not on screen? There we go. Alright, boys. We're gonna do a PlayStation magazine. We did one on one of the last Saturday shows, just while I was dead in repo, to find something to do. Alright, what are we picking? Danganronpa. Well, I don't know which ones would have Danganronpa. Those originally came out on the PSP, right? I don't know what year it would have been, like 2010, 2011? Let's see. Damn, dude, PlayStation used to be so based. See if we can find a 2010 in here. What about 2011? Here's a 2011. LA Noire is like the big thing there. Oh god. Opening of one new tab was enough to crunch up my music. Ah! Sure, we'll do this one. Yeah, PS3, PSP, PlayStation 2. God, what a generation. Send me back, please. Sony nowadays are pussies. I want to say words that you can't say anymore about PlayStation, and we'll leave it there. Okay. Either way, moving on. Gaming used to be based until people that aren't interested in gaming started touching it. Exactly. You know what, Boxman? You're welcome here, bro. I feel like I gotta watch what I say sometimes. Oh. And, I mean, you kind of do if you want to stay on these modern platforms, but it is what it is, man. Hunted, the Demon's Forge, coming spring 2011. Oh, wait, this is that era where everything looked grimy and like sepia tone and grayscale. You know what I'm talking about? Like, there's hardly any color in here. Never heard of it, by the way. The US release was PS Vita. Well, I'm not sure PlayStation Magazine goes that far. Vita was 2013? 2014? You can briefly check over here. 2013? Okay, wait, there's some 2013. What is PlayStation Blast? MGR? Yo! Okay, hang on, that might be something. Would be 2014, okay? I don't know what PlayStation Blast is, but maybe they picked up the mantle after PlayStation Magazine closed. Evolve? Oh my god, dude. I wanted to play this game so bad, but I just missed it. Like, I didn't have a gaming PC in 2014. I had a crappy laptop that couldn't run Evolve. Oh my god. You know what, Urge? Just for you, we'll pick one of these from 2014. After this. We'll do this PlayStation Magazine first. Uncharted 3, Tomb Raider, Mass Effect 3. Those are all some pretty big names. Dissidia Duodecim. I played that shit all the time on my PSP. When I probably should have been doing schoolwork, I was playing that. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Let's see. Spelunker HD, not Spelunky. Little Big Planet 2. Okay. I don't really recognize a lot of this stuff. Huh? As an American, you can take the lead, build the lead, lose the lead. You can lead by example. committee, or default, you can lead with purpose, or not at all. As an American and a Marine Corps officer, your lead will impact the future of this nation. Few can be Marines, even fewer can lead them. Can you? Didn't the Marines become really pussified over the years, though? Like, no offense, my brother's a Marine. I think he would probably agree with me. Agree with that sentiment? Like, the military somehow also... say whatever happened to gaming also happened to the military. Dynasty Warriors mentioned? I got the brain of a bird. I don't remember if I said Dynasty Warriors just now. Killzone 3. I remember that Full Sail University ad. I remember this ad as well. Why did... Just like movies, every game has a rating, and those ratings come from the ESRB. Because Jess plays video games, the ESRB, that's the Entertainment Software Rating Board. I'm tilting my head in real time, I don't know if you could tell, understands that some games aren't right for everyone. Boo! It was a Wild West before the ESRB. But I think the ESRB came to be because of Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat was too much, so they formed the ESRB. Yo, Little Big Planet 2! Pre-order the Collector's Edition today! A crafty must-have collection handpicked for the Little Big Planet fans, full of exclusive collectibles and exclusive digital content featuring beloved Disney brands and some of your very favorite PlayStation trademark franchises that every Little Big Planet TM fan will treasure. A Sackboy plush does sound quite nice. That looks pretty good too. Looks like a good texture. Almost like a microfiber towel, I guess. Just, I guess, a weird pick, but you get what I mean. Maybe like a rucksack. Ew! Wait, who is this? I thought this was the guy from Star Wars. You know the one? His name's not Guido. I can't remember his name now. He's like a fly from one of the older movies. I don't know. Anyway. Boy made of sacks, indeed. 5 cool features of Sony's updated Bluetooth headset. I'm good. Dude, I did not grow up with wrestling. It seems kind of cool sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's just muscly, sweaty men wrestling. I don't know, bro. It never did it for me, thankfully. Bulletstorm. Didn't Bulletstorm eventually get a Duke Nukem cameo in one of the later Bulletstorms? That's all the news I've ever heard about Bulletstorm. I'm holding 5 bags. Help. You good? Like 5 bags IRL, 5 bags, and I guess it wouldn't make sense in Paper Mario. Also, hello, Dissidia Duodecim. Dude, I'm gonna pull up my favorite Dissidia song. Actually, let me just see. Dissidia Duodecim OST. Maybe I haven't played this game in years. Well, you know what? Nah. Willpower from the Mamoru Kun Curse started playing. Mamoru Kun Curse OST started playing. I can't overrate that. Yeah, wrestling is basically just a bunch of sweaty buff dudes aura farming and pretending to beat the shit out of each other. Yes! That's another thing. I think, like, wounds and stuff do happen sometimes, just... why are you carrying 5 bags, bro? That sounds perfect for, like, inventory. Hey, Van from FF12. Yes, he's in the Dissidia games. If you don't know Dissidia, they were 3D fighters? Not platform fighters. It was like a third-person, behind-the-character kind of camera angle. I love playing Squall from FF8. You know how I say moves that make you spin vertically in the air are like some of the coolest and my favorite? That was his gap closer. His like aerial gap closer. It's like a spinning mid-air drop kick, and it's badass. Groceries. Oh, Grocery shopping at 9 p.m.? Dang. Well, go help with the groceries, bro. Shouldn't be here. The 12th battle between Chaos and Cosmos will occur in Square Enix's PSP-exclusive brawler, Dissidia Duodecim. Final Fantasy Destiny's Children return for the follow-up to 2009 Smash Up. Joining them is Lightning from FF13, Van from FF12, Laguna from FF8, Tifa Lockhart from FF7, and Kane Highwood from FF4. The never-ending cycle of death and rebirth continues with additional game modes, a new assist tactic that summons an ally for a decimating attack, and a playable Chaos storyline. I never played the story from Dissidia, actually. Oh, that's all we get for Dissidia? Bro, Dissidia's badass. I have been tempted to stream it before. Go help put the groceries away, brother. Alright? Be a filial son. Okay. Wait, what was that? It's kind of, Red Faction. I don't know Red Faction. Apparently this was pretty big, even on PC, I think, but, I mean, I'm just not familiar. I might even have a Red Faction game on Steam, and I might not know it. I have Red Faction Armageddon. Last played January 25th, 2013. This is a 2013 magazine, or it's around that era? Yeah, makes sense. Would have probably been from like my first ever Humble Bundle. And this is Dragon Age 2. I think this is when it was still good. I'm sure we all have heard of how bad the latest Dragon Age game was. Like, monumental, like, generationally bad. Also, this is Parasite Eve, right? The PSP one? The third birthday. I only have seen a little bit of Parasite Eve, but if you aren't familiar, they were a PlayStation 1. It was 2 games on the PlayStation 1. Oh, they have it here, huh? Parasite Eve, and then I think these are the Japanese releases, then Parasite Eve 1 and 2. Okay. We'll stop the OST there. Ooh. I don't remember this song, but it's from Final Fantasy Duodecim. Dissidia Duodecim. Okay, either way, I've seen twitch.tv/RickZilla, friend of the channel, fellow Saturday Squad member. I've seen him stream Parasite Eve, and it looked really cool. It's like... It's a third-person shoot. It's like a Resident Evil, but it's got RPG elements where you level up and things like that. But then the third birthday was really bad from what I heard. While crowds assemble at the Rockefeller Center Sparkling Tree, shoppers jam the sidewalks of Times Square. For New Yorkers, it wouldn't be the holidays without these sights. For third birthdays, Bria, however, it wouldn't be Christmas without parasites attacking the human race. Published in 1998, Square Enix's RPG Parasite Eve pitted rookie cop Aya Brie against legions of mutated mitochondria. 2 years later, Aya saved the world again in a more action-driven Parasite Eve 2. But while that spelled the end for the malevolent organisms, according to Birthday's director Hajime Tabata, Crisis Core FF7, oh god, oh god. Aya's tale is far from over. Oh god. Christmas Eve 2012 ushers in a sudden attack on the Big Apple, bringing mankind to its knees. The perpetrators, a new hyper-evolved strain designated the Twisted, erect a skyscraping hive downtown. Within a year, humanity is teetering on the brink, and that's all we'll read. Apparently there's a twist at the end that is... like, make or break. You either fucking hate this, or... I think it's just break. Still not the biggest fan of Van as a protagonist. Really? I thought you loved FF12. Huh. He looks kind of like Titus. No offense, he looks like Titus to me. Either way, I miss the PSP era. I don't think I would ever play this myself, but from what I've heard, it left a bad taste in people's mouths, I think. Dungeon Siege 2. Not familiar. Tactics Ogre. Hey, this recently came out a couple years ago again, right? This was like an N64 game. An afternoon with the PSP exclusive remake of Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together, reveals a game that plays much like the original PlayStation. Never mind, it was also a PlayStation game. I thought it was N64. Classic, released nearly 2 decades ago. By this point, it would be 3 or 4 decades ago. Though that's not to say Square Enix is resting on its laurels. It's a tactics game. You know, we could always use more of those. I didn't realize there was a PSP exclusive remake, though. Which is which? Excuse me? Knight's Contract. Namco Bandai. Why does this look like an edgy remake of Sir Daniel Fortescue? Ayo, Chocobo theme? This is the FF7 Chocobo theme, no? It sounds like Beach Boys for some reason. Oh, hey, Dynasty Warriors. Apparently, there's no die in Dynasty. Thank you. Is there more on this other side? Oh my god, Yomu. Dynasty Warriors got shafted. Or there's going to be a bigger page for it later. Wait, hang on. It might show up on page 84. Never mind. Body Count. It's a rough name for a game. Let's see. A game by Double Fine I'd never heard of before. Stacking. L.A. Noire. The only thing I know about L.A. Noire is press X to doubt. That's the only thing I know about L.A. Noire. I'm sorry. It's not my kind of game. I think I've said this before. The open world thing never did it for me. I don't even think I've played an open world game. I love FF12. It's just that Van isn't the greatest protagonist. Still like him as a character, but he feels so detached from the story at times. Is God of War 3? The Best Final Fantasy on PS3 award. Yes, this game was polarizing, in part because it's so totally tubular, but Final Fantasy XIII truly is the best Final Fantasy on PS3, and not just because it's the only one. Great combat, lovely characters, and lush graphics make this a champ. I've heard bad things about FF13. It's just a bunch of hallways, and it's like more of a movie than anything else. Whoops. Oh, Bayonetta! Yeah. The Hair Apparent Award. If I could conjure up the perfect woman, she would be a shapely brunette with fashionable eyewear and the ability to instantaneously contrive items, including her own clothing, from her hair. Fortunately, the woman of my dreams already exists in Bayonetta, one of the year's best action adventures. When are you gonna stream these, Matt? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. A Castlevania game? I think that era of Castlevania games was more like 3D action-y games that people didn't like. It wasn't staying true to like the Castlevania roots, I think. Oh, hang on. Wait. I recognize these characters. Game of the Year 2002. The games themselves may be old, but the brand new HD graphics are gorgeous, and the content remains as charming as ever. Anthropomorphic animals, light-hearted noir themes, grand larceny. Pretty much everything I want in a game. If only the Sly Cooper collection had come out sooner. Oh my god, Dead Rising 2! I want to do Dead Rising 2 someday, Matt. Because it has co-op. Dead Rising 2 sees magicians stabbing one another, a lawman committing impromptu hangings, and a chef deep-frying his own face. And that doesn't even hint at the violence that can be leveled on its zombies. For violence that can above and beyond the call of good taste, Dead Rising 2 is honored as the brainiest game. Excuse me? Also, this is my favorite theme from Final Fantasy Duodecim. It's got lyrics, so prepare yourself. Sly 2 is so good. Apparently this was a collection on PS3. Fallout New Vegas. That's from Fallout? Huh. That's one of the few Fallout games I actually want to play someday. New Vegas and maybe 3. God of War 3. I actually have a copy of this. I think it was originally my brother's, so either it's dark in my room so I can't see my games from here, but I think I still have it. Yo, is this, oh, wait, Costume Quest. No, I thought that, ah! Scott Pilgrim! Bro, this game is so based. This is what introduced me to Anamanaguchi. And I still have my copy on the PS3. It used to be locked on the PS3. Like, it wasn't available on any other platforms, but that changed a couple of years ago. It's on modern platforms now, and good for it. Oh my god, Valkyria Chronicles 2? Joe Danger? Peace Walker? I don't know anything about Metal Gear, sorry. Costume Quest. I'm kind of curious. Let's read this. This is an endearing aesthetic. Basically, it's Final Fantasy X2 as filtered through the brilliantly warped mind of Tim Schafer and his creative crew at Double Fine Productions. A charming confection with legitimately funny dialogue, Costume Quest represents the very best of what we want from a downloadable-only release. We can hardly wait for Double Fine's next creative venture. Ooh, they're closing the PlayStation and the PlayStation Vita stores this year, or they already have closed them down. So this is going to be lost media very soon. It looks cute. I don't know anything about that, Yobu. The only thing I know about Scott Pilgrim are the games and the incredible soundtracks from the games. So, I don't know God of War Ghost of Sparta. I guess, oh, that was the PSP one. That makes sense. They had a red PSP that came bundled with this game. I think that was the only way you could get the red PSP in America. And damn, dude, that was a pretty PSP. Although, if we're being honest, the best looking PSP is the Hatsune Miku one. I'm going to cover the screen for just a second. Miku PSP. Look at this fucking beauty. Oh my god, the Project Diva. We never got it in English. Oh. Oh. Priceless. Beautiful. Oh. Brings a damn tear to my eye, bro. Project Diva, I've streamed the latest one a couple of times. Rhythm games. They didn't come out in English until 2013 on the PS3. Meaning we never got the PSP games in English. We never got Project Diva Extend, and Project Diva 2. Unfortunately. But, dude, I hate Sony. I still love the PSP, and I plan on buying a used one at some point. I've looked them up. They kind of like vary in price from like 80 to 120 bucks. And dude, oh. You ever see something that you want so bad? That's me right now. Sheesh, dude, that thing is a beaut. Anyway, Valkyria Chronicles 2, a strategy/action RPG hybrid that's as good as the PS3 game, and arguably on the system that it's best suited for. Valkyria Chronicles is a tactical. I streamed the first game once, and I always meant to go back to it, but I never did. Same with Trinity Universe. I just have so much on my plate, etc., etc. The sequel was on PSP, and then Valkyria Chronicles 3 never came out in English, and then 4. So 2 is stuck on the PSP, 3 never came out in English, and then 4 came out in English. It's pretty strange. I don't think they're directly tied to each other, so it's fine. You could play 1 and then play 4, if that's all you can. So you might not believe me, but this is Joe Danger. This is by the No Man's Sky people. I think before I watched the Internet Historian video on No Man's Sky, and he completely deep dives into them and how they fixed the game and how it's a really good game now. I'm pretty sure they made Joe Danger first, so they would eventually go on to make No Man's Sky. And of course, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Brilliant retro style and ample nods to gaming nostalgia, perfectly capture the personality of the beloved comics. Never gonna read the comics, but oh, those games, bro. Those games. Matthew, Shadows of the Damned. I can't even tell what I'm looking at, bro. Is this Shadows of the Damned? Before his beautiful death by misadventure, rock singer Bon Scott, frontman for AC/DC, told tales of the highway to hell. He also noted, if this is hell, then you can say it's heavenly. I don't think this is the same one, right? Oh, no. Hell in the third-person shooter Shadows of the Damned is awful. It's alternately freezing cold and burning hot, and the absence of light will kill anyone who's not already dead. It's populated by demons, killer demons. Am I Mikami? Huh. I don't know a lot about this game either, but it looked really cool. Oh, no, yeah, this is the right game. Shadows of the Damned. Okay, that's no longer the Duodecim OST. That's just playing whatever. Let's see. I got the Pokemon Coliseum OST. Ooh, why is that one kind of crusty quality? Ba-bum. Yeah, sure. Cool game. I think it is on modern platforms. And I think Matt intended to stream it at some point. Or at least considered it. Oh my god, the PlayStation Move, right? Quad of War. Core galore. Excuse me? Quad of War. A new year, a new me? That was my resolution, and this time I'm sticking with it. After purging my fridge of holiday leftovers and clearing out some space in my living room, I picked up 5 PS3 fitness titles. Okay, she's not mentioning the PlayStation Move. This was their motion control controller. You could use this, and I always wanted to get one for No More Heroes, but I never did. EA Sports Active 2... Dance Dance Revolution? What? No, that's just Dance. Or is it actually? That is actually Dance. Oh, I didn't know there was a PS3 one. Dead Space 2. I mean, unfortunately 3 sucked and it killed the franchise, but 2 was really good. Who knows why they took the series where they took it, unfortunately. Mass Effect 2, I've heard very good things about this. In fact, I own the trilogy on Steam, but I haven't played it. One of my brothers gifted it to me for Christmas a year or 2 ago. Little Big Planet 2, what more is there to say? But I'm going to pull up my favorite Little Big Planet song. I'm gonna see if I can find it. No, it's just giving me a bunch of unrelated music. This isn't it? You know what? We're gonna go with this. There might be Spanish lyrics any second now, though. Yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm actually gonna add that to my. I'm gonna add that to my listen later. Okay. Well, I can't find the Little Big Planet song on SoundCloud. Sonic Dreams Collection, sure. Excuse me? I believe I clicked that playlist. Ah, dude. What happened to SoundCloud? I mean, Little Big Planet 2, what more is there to say? Amazing game. I still have it on my PS3. Maybe we'll stream it someday. I have zero feelings about any car game, sorry. Except for Sonic Racing, which we're going to do this... We're going to do Sonic Racing on Friday and maybe Sunday, because there's going to be a new festival. Trinity? Souls of Zil? Even a pretty adoring cosplaying otaku could be forgiven for never having heard of Trinity Souls of Zil-Ul. Although it's appeared on the PS1, PS2, and PSP in Japan, this is the first time Dynasty Warriors developer Omega Force's action RPG series has landed stateside. The game won't be familiar to most, but the button-mashy gameplay should appeal to almost anyone who's looted and leveled his way through other action-focused JRPGs. In addition to hack-and-slash combat, the fantasy-themed narrative, complete with an evil king hell-bent on conquering, well, everything, should be second nature to gamers who've ever saved a kingdom with a big blade and stuffed a sack full of magical spells. That sounds pretty based. Oh, there's a clanker. Hang on. Okay. Well, apparently it's by the Dynasty Warriors people, Yomu. That's cool. And it's like kind of a long-running series. They just never came out here until then. Beat Sketcher? As its succinctly descriptive title indicates, Beat Sketcher carefully straddles the line between a drawing app and a music game, pairing move-enabled doodles with the dulcet tones of synchronized instruments. Its digital artistry comes from a few distinctive flavors, drawing step-by-step images like a dolphin or a fire engine to the tempo of a song, playing brief minigames or free sketching over a reflected PSI image, with or without a coloring book like on-screen overlay. It's a clever idea that delivers occasional bouts of amusement, but any winning moments are mostly self-made. With just a dozen guided drawing challenges, most of the enjoyment stems from the freedom creation mode. Freeform creation mode. Players can select variables such as brush size, color, and even manually choose instrument sounds, but it rarely feels like more than an interesting diversion. Even the 4-player games, played with more than one move controller, lack enthusiasm, and Beat Sketcher remains a solid download for kids and families seeking a low-impact outlet for creativity. Seems kind of cool, but probably like a limiting drawing experience. And you're drawing with the PlayStation Move? I don't know about that one, Chief. Spelunker HD. Hey, a Worms game on the PSP. I didn't know that. Oh, that would have been fun during like lunch breaks, playing that with the boys. Pac-Man. Oh right, the movie segment where they talk about movies. I'm good, thank you. Why clowns? Don't ever send in the clowns, not ever, except for Krusty. That guy knows how to employ his comedy K's. Excuse me. PSN Best Games. Oh, Flower. This is by the... Oh, fuck. Isn't Flower by the same people that do, like, Sky Children of Light and Journey? I could be wrong, but I swear Flower has really good music. It's like more of an experience than a game, though. Costume Quest, we saw that. Joe Danger, surprisingly, at number 1. Okay. The Twitter Ensemble. Hey, I'm on that platform. I do feel like a clown sometimes, though. Video game rentals delivered to your door. Our lowest price ever. Start now for only $5.95. There was always ads on TV for GameFly, and I thought it looked cool, but I never liked the idea of not owning what I was playing, you know? Mind Jack sounds oddly familiar. And we're done. Okay, how about we check out one of those 2014 magazines? Minus you in Project Moon, thank you. I'm not familiar with PlayStation Blast, but we'll check it out anyway. I'll go with this. Oh, wait. Oh, this isn't in English. Oh, shit. Oh, God. It's a Brazilian magazine. Ah, I'm just gonna be disappointed. Are they all like this? Yeah, PlayStationBlast.com.br. Come to Brazil and read our PlayStation magazines, I guess. Are there no English ones? Gamers magazine. Well, we can look at... we can just browse, I guess. You don't have to be able to read it to appreciate it. Also, that's Octodad. I haven't thought about Octodad in a while. Spider-Man. Sword Art Online, Hollow Fragment. That was one of the Vita games. Final Fantasy X. Child of Light was a good game, but it was under a shitty company, so it didn't get the chance to really shine. This is a tiny magazine, actually. Alright. Blast from Japan. I don't... Look, I'm Hispanic, I can't read Spanish, and I'm pretty sure Brazilian Spanish is, like, significantly different than whatever I'm used to. Hang on. We're gonna go back a couple songs. No Dynasty Warriors, wake me up when we're done. I think I'll end stream after we're done browsing this, so we'll see. Is this like a Jump Force before Jump Force? Do you remember Jump Force? That really ugly Shonen Jump fighting game? I didn't know they had a crossover game before then. What's the name of this? Battle Stadium Dawn. Maybe that's worth checking out. In fact, let me open up a notepad here. Battle Stadium Dawn. Alright, see ya, Yomu. Yo, apparently the Sword Art Online games have, like, original stories with original characters. I mean, obviously you're still Kirito, right? But I don't know what they ever entail. I would like to play them someday, though. I think Prismia's told me that they aren't that good. I don't know, dude. Maybe Prismia was out of his damn mind! Is this just a costume, or can I marry Silica? Holy shit. Hang on, the game might be really based. Non-canonical, but it might be really based. God damn! Dude, gaming used to be so fucking good. You wouldn't get away with this nowadays, which sucks. Everything's been pussified. Spider-Man. It is what it is. Octodad, Dadliest Catch. It's a game where you're a dad and you gotta pretend that you're not an octopus. It's like a wacky woohoo. The controls are really wonky. And you gotta, like, not be suspicious. Way easier said than done. Child of Light. Again, I'd heard good things, but it's stuck under, like, a really shitty publisher. Like, EA or Ubisoft. It might be Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft. RIP. R.I.P. It looked like a cool game. Watch Dogs. You play as a hacker, that's all I know. Why are we talking about Mega Man X4 in 2014? Holy shit, these Brazilians are based. I can't read any of this. But hell yeah, dude. Mega Man X4 is amazing. Oh, is this... Hell yeah! They're just going through X4. I raced this with my brother maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. We did both campaigns back to back, and it was honestly brutal on my arms after a while. What a good fucking video game, man. Is this the original Final Fantasy? But Wizardry, Ultima, Final Fantasy, Dragon's Quest? Whoever does these Wait, is this an RPG corner? Bro, PlayStation Blast was based. The Brazilians know true peak. They fucking do, bro. Oh, Ni no Kuni. We can just read the titles here. SMT. FF14, A Realm Reborn. Oh, but that's the original run of A Realm wait, no. A Realm Reborn is when they brought the game back. The original Final Fantasy XIV was really bad. Chrono Trigger, Star Ocean, Ni no Kuni. Oh my god, man. I might just... These are so short, I might skim through another one. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts, it is a Sephiroth fight. Hey, FF Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics and Disgaea. I saw Fire Emblem, I'm satisfied. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem. Ragnarok Online, bro. Bro. My boys, man. Come to Brazil. Monster Hunter. All of these are great. And that's it. Yeah, let's do one more. Let's see. What volume was that? We'll do 30 then, because I recognize Evolve on here. Had to go do something. What'd I miss? We did PlayStation Blast. Unfortunately, Urge, it's in Brazil. It's Brazilian, so we can't read any of it, except for the game titles. And they're very short magazines. So we're just going to blitz through a couple of these. They're incredibly based, by the way. I can't tell what they're saying, but they're going over a lot of things that I like. I saw a screenshot of FE4. Didn't get that far in the game, and I lost the emulator I played it on, but I did love it. How far'd you get? Well, you said you didn't get far, I guess. Okay, that's MG... Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5. Yo, Evolve. Evolve was really cool. It's like that kind of isometric, so you have 4 hunter players that you're playing. You have guns, and each character has their own abilities and stuff. But then one player is playing as a monster. You start off kind of like a Pokemon in like a baby form, but then you kill animals, or maybe you get lucky and kill another player, that kind of thing. And you evolve and grow bigger, and then eventually your biggest forms are like this. And that's where it's like you're an actual real threat to the players. Otherwise, you have to hide from them and that kind of thing. You have to hide. You have to be careful where you eat and what you eat, because you might leave like a carcass behind, or they'll be able to track your footprints, that kind of thing. So the monster has to outwit the players, and the players have to track down the monster. Evolve was badass, and then we had Evolve... I can't remember what it was called, but it came out again as a free-to-play game, and that's when I played a couple hours of it. But again, I didn't have a proper gaming PC back then. People were getting like really hyped because apparently it... Hang on, I'm gonna go to Google. No, I searched Goo. Evolve game. There was like some news recently where it got the PC version got an update. Evolve Stage 2. Evolve is a defunct 2015 first-person shooter game developed by Turtle Rock Studios, unfortunately. What happened to the music? Hello? I guess we'll do a different soundtrack. Hang on. We'll go back to Mamoru-kun Curse. The translation was kind of scuffed. It worked sometimes, but on many occasions it was random symbols. But I believe that was on Chapter 2. So it wasn't like an official release. It was a like fan translation. Resident Evil Revelations 2. Alonso's talked to me about the Revelation games before, and maybe I'll play them someday. Because I surprisingly really enjoyed Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil... Well... 7, that's the one that I played. I streamed that a couple years ago. The Order 1886, I think this is one of those PlayStation movie games where you're basically just playing a movie. No offense, that's not for me. Wiedźmin. I think that's The Witcher. Alright, Witcher 3. I'd be far happier if there was an official translation of the game. Yeah, I'm there with you, bro. Little Big Planet 3, I'd heard middling things about 3. It wasn't as good. And I think it was on the Vita. Oh no, it was also on PS4. I'm surprised. Far Cry 4, I've never played any Far Cries. The one where you're like in ancient times seemed kind of cool though. I think there's a Far Cry that's like caveman times. Is this the Vita TV or whatever? Yeah, so this was a... You could play Vita games on your TV, is basically what this was. Unfortunately, the Vita just... Sony gave up on it almost instantaneously, and just like that, we're done. Wow. Let's blip through a couple more PlayStation Blasts. This one has lightning on it, sure. Also, let me take some of my water here. There's that crust again. Lightning Returns. This was the final game in FF13, right? House of Cards? What? Oh, there is a part in House of Cards, I think, where the guy's playing on a PlayStation 3. I don't know anything about House of Cards, though. I think the actor behind it got canceled. Hey, The Walking Dead. Never played, but I've seen it on YouTube. I don't care about UFC. The original Destiny. My brothers told me many stories about this. It was apparently really, really good. I played Destiny 2. I didn't really like it. And I think the same consensus a lot of people had. Destiny 1 was better. Are you guys familiar with David Cage? Maybe you're familiar with Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls. This is a Quantic Dreams game. This is another movie game. But I don't know. There's like a wackiness to David Cage's games that I almost find endearing. I think there was like a bit of a controversy with this game though. Apparently the actor, I don't remember her name, but whoever this is, apparently they fully modeled her for a shower scene, but you weren't able to see the full shower scene. Like they had it covered up. But if you just get a free cam and like, I don't know, hack the game or whatever, well, there you go. I think they got into some hot water with that. I remember this one. It's about a girl that she was supposed to have a twin brother, but he died during birth. But he stayed with her as like a spirit, so she has like telekinetic powers, but it's her brother. And it's a story that's told out of order. So you'll go from like one crazy action scene to like the beginning of the game to like the middle of the game, and that sounds like Whiplash. Oh, you are familiar with Detroit Detroit Become Human, not Beyond Two Souls. Similar to that situation with GTA San Andreas. Well, San Andreas had like a blowjob minigame or something? Is that what we're talking about? I know one of the GTAs had some kind of minigame that was in the code, but you normally couldn't access. Also, this is the FF13 Lightning Returns. Apparently the FF13 sequels are better gameplay-wise, but the story goes all over the place. Like, I think the world is ending in FF13. And I don't know. I'd seen bits and pieces. I think in the Super Best Friends play did some videos, and they couldn't stomach more than a couple hours of it. Killzone. Yo, Berserk? And Dark Souls? Oh, I think they're talking about references to Berserk here. And I think it's pretty obvious. Even in Dark Souls 3, I've seen like a wolf monster that looks like Guts' armor. Like exactly like this. So they wear their references on their sleeves. This seems like an ad. Yo, DBZ. Revista Vida PlayStation. This might be another magazine we can check out at some point. Alright. There were unused sex minigame that caused a stir when it released for PC. Yikes. Based? Yikes? Question mark? Let's see. Let's go with this one. This cover looks cool. It's Castlevania. The 3D Castlevanias. Again, I've only heard bad things about them. More lightning. Alright. I'm not sure what's happening there, but okay. It's a very smug vampire. Yeah, this is one of those Castlevania games. Hey! This is what I think about when I think of Castlevania. Those original 2D ones. With some amazing pixel art. Oh, I don't like that. As long as there's no water stages, we're fine. Here's, I think, probably Lightning Returns again. If these came out again nowadays, I'm sure, like, current day, like, gamers would slurp them up, but nah, dude. I'm old enough to remember how everybody hated FF13. Yeah, this is Lightning Returns because they give her outfits referencing other characters throughout the series. Like, here's Cloud's soldier uniform with his Buster Sword. More Castlevania. Those designs are actually kind of sick. Like, this looks like the Slayer from Dungeon Fighter Online. Bit Trip Runner. Nice. I played the demo for some of these. Would you believe me if I told you there's a Slenderman reference in one of these stages? One of the Bit Trip Runners on, I think, PS3. There's a forest stage where randomly there'll be, like, I think, static and a Slenderman hiding behind a tree in the background. If that paints the era. Is that... Oh, I thought this was... No, yeah, this is Charles Martinet. I didn't know he had anything to do with Bit Trip Runner. I thought Nintendo had, like, exclusivity with them. That's all I know about this series. I don't know anything about GTA either, bro. I know people are gonna slurp up GTA 6, though. You can miss me with that shit. It's already one of the most pre-ordered games on PlayStation, last I checked. The special edition, like the... I want to play it a few days early. I'm gonna pay $100 version. Grandma playing the Wii? Like, the Wii was like everybody played it. Yo, is that, I thought that was God Eater, but it might be Freedom Wars. Freedom Wars came back recently. Oh, you're talking about the Slenderman reference. Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know jack shit about GTA, and I'm gonna keep it that way. Yeah, I was right. Freedom Wars. This was stuck on the Vita for a decade, and it came to modern consoles very recently. I don't think it did very good, though. My friend Mobby Nerd and fellow streamer Mobby Nerd, he really liked those games. I don't know if he ever streamed them, though. He's, like, way too busy nowadays. I don't think he streams very often. Infamous, Thief, I've heard of these games before. The Witcher 3, and we're done. How about one last one? Which one of these looks good? I didn't realize these would be such bite-sized ones. We'll go with this one. It's got Street Fighter on it. I think this is Street Fighter 5, if it's that era. My experience with it's Street Fighter 4. Wow, that's how old it is. Tales of Xillia! Oh my god. Okay, this one's gonna be good. Street Fighter 3, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I had that one. Oh, you know what? They have Blast from the Past sections. That's why we saw Mega Man X4 earlier. Dude, PlayStation Blast was cool. East, Memories of Celceta. Muramasa? I didn't... Wait. Muramasa is in... As in the Vanillaware game? Wow. I didn't know that was on Vita. I thought that was on the Wii only. Poison. Apparently originally from Final Fight. Yeah, originally from a beat 'em up, just like an enemy you could beat up. But became like a fighting game character at some point. Third Strike is a really good one. I played that. Josh brings over... He hasn't come over in a while, though. He brings over his Switch, and he's got a bunch of these older fighting game collections. So we usually boot something up. Usually Third Strike, maybe Skullgirls, BlazBlue, Under Night. Yeah, this is Third Strike, I think. If you don't know, the Evo Moment 37... Hang on. I actually kind of want to pull this up. Go YouTube. I don't use this browser for anything except streaming, so I don't think I need to worry about it showing anything I don't want shown. Let's see. Oh shit, Mononobu Overture. Evo Moment 30. Yeah, 37. If you guys don't know, this is like fighting game history right here. Let's go, Justin!
Rare footage of Daigo actually angry.
This is Daigo versus Justin Wong. At a really old Evo, if you couldn't tell. 2004.
Overcome Rao. Now on the verge of putting Daigo down 1-0.
Perfectly parries every single hit and jumps to parry the last hit. Yeah. Homeboys never live that one down, bro. I like Justin Wong. He's got a YouTube channel. He does like he does some good stuff. But I think that's his most infamous moment right there. Anyway, that was Third Strike, I'm pretty sure. Let's move back to the music. Instead of Mamoru-kun, let's go with... I got Ragnarok Online around here, don't I? Yes. I clicked the play button like 10 seconds ago. All right. Let's give it a moment. More Street Fighter. I had this one on PS2, actually. I did watch DBZ growing up. I did like it. I don't like it anymore. You know, some of the character designs are fun, but it's just kind of normie slop. I stay away from normie slop for the most part. And this one was actually pretty cool, though. I don't think I had Tenkaichi. I think I had the original ones. Oh, that's gross. That's Cell about to eat you. Tales of Xillia. I've not actually played Tales of Xillia 2. I had the original Tales of Xillia. Where's my Ragnarok Online OST? Where is my Ragnarok Online OST? Oh, SoundCloud. Why do you do this to me? There we go. Alright, I think we'll wrap up after this magazine. Are you guys familiar with Tales of games? They are JRPGs, but they're like action JRPGs where it's not turn-based. You're running around a field. It's like an instanced arena spawns when you get into a fight. A random encounter or whatever. But they're like very combo heavy. So you have like basic attacks that you can then link into skills called arts. And then you can link a regular art into an altered art, into an arcane art, into like your cutscene super called a mystic art. But you unlock these as you level up very slow. Not even level up, actually. You have to like master the skill by using it 50, 100 times. It changes based on the game. And then the skills start combining, you know. This can cancel into that, which can cancel into this. You're doing all these crazy wombo combos. They're very cool. I've seen these characters. I never finished Xillia 1, so I've actually never seen some of these characters grown up. Him? Isn't this literally the final boss from 1? Okay, I don't know what happens in 2. Anyway, they're very cool games. I've played through Vesperia with Prismia, and I would like to maybe play one on stream sometime. Oh, I'm already playing one on stream, Zex. I even thought about streaming it recently. Tales of the World, Radiant Mythology. It's a game that brings in characters from all the other games into one shared world. So, maybe that's a sign I should do more of that. Street Fighter 4 Ultra. Ah, Elena. I'm glad they brought her back, because I don't think we'd seen her since 4. Skyrim. Ni no Kuni, Bioshock, Dark Souls, and Dark Souls 2. Nice. I've only played a couple hours of Skyrim. I would like to play through it someday. Arkham Trilogy, and I think... Oh, that's not it. Hey, Mutant Muds! This is by WayForward. WayForward makes the Shantae games. They make Mighty Switch Force, Lit. They make a lot of cool stuff. But you probably know them from Shantae. And if you don't know Shantae, purple hair, dancer looking woman. That might ring some bells. What is this? I can't tell the name of this. But I feel like I've seen this before. Alright, we'll end it there. Thank you for joining me. I'm very sorry I was an hour and some change late. I will be busy until next Monday. Hopefully after that, the streams will start at the regular hour. I might fire up some Card Fight Vanguard in a little bit. Probably not, though. We'll see. If not, I'll just try to fit it in as a bonus stream maybe tomorrow afternoon. But again, this schedule of mine is... I might start late for the next couple of days still. Hopefully not, but don't be surprised if I end up streaming an hour late again. Alright, see you tomorrow. Hopefully it's at regular hour, and hopefully I'll fit some Vanguard in the evening. Also, last water. You know, this is the last of the water that I have in this cup, so sure. Thank you. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.